ID's invalid, the guard said flatly, scanning it a second time. His brow furrowed. Nice try, ma'am. Captain Eliza Monroe didn't blink. That's not possible. Scan it again. He leaned closer to his monitor, clearly enjoying the tension. Already did. System says you were discharged 3 years ago. There's no record of clearance, no active duty, and no reason you should be here. He picked up his radio. Control, I've got a civilian impersonating an officer. Requesting escort to command level. Now. Whispers erupted around the security bay. Soldiers paused mid-keystroke. All eyes locked onto Eliza, a woman in uniform, being accused of fraud. She stood tall, jaw tight, but her hands trembled just slightly at her sides. 2 MPs marched over. Ma'am, we need you to come with us. She glanced at the insignia on her chest, earned through blood, sweat, and nights that never seemed to end, and then at the young, cocky guard who never even looked her in the eyes. This is a mistake, she said, her voice steel and smoke. I belong here. He smirked. So do a lot of people. Doesn't make it true. As they walked her past the buzzing terminals and judgmental stares, her boots echoing down the hallway, her mind raced. Not out of fear, but fury. She'd been through too much to be sidelined by a rookie and a glitch in the system. Back in the command-level briefing room, the silence was cold. The MPs waited outside. A general sat across from her, arms crossed. Explain yourself, he said. And she did. Not with excuses, not with tears, but with truth. She'd gone Black Ops 2 years ago, mission classified even above base command. Her ID and records were deliberately erased from active duty to protect her cover. She had no photos, no contact, no home. She'd vanished to serve the country that now thought she was a fraud. She reached into her boot and slid out a small titanium card. This won't show up in your database, she said, but run this against Omega clearance and watch what happens. He hesitated, then typed the code. A pause, then his screen lit up in red. Access granted. His eyes widened. Holy hell! She leaned back. Yeah, now tell your boy in security to stop scanning IDs like he's playing a video game. He nearly blew a 2-year operation because he couldn't recognize a real soldier. The general stood. Why didn't you say anything sooner? She laughed bitterly. Because no one was listening. Not to a woman. Not to someone who doesn't walk around barking orders or flashing medals. And suddenly the humiliation shifted, from her to everyone who had doubted her. She wasn't just a soldier. She was the one who'd intercepted a foreign cyber attack before it hit the West Coast. The one who infiltrated a rogue unit embedded in NATO. The one whose file was so dark it didn't exist, and she was treated like a trespasser. 30 minutes later, the guard who flagged her stood at attention as she walked past him, this time escorted by the general himself. She stopped. He looked up, red-faced, trying to stammer an apology. She didn't yell. She didn't curse. She just said, next time remember that not every hero walks in with a parade. Some of us walk in from the shadows. And then she walked out, leaving him standing there with a silence heavier than any punishment. That night, her name was restored in the system, with full honors. A message was circulated base-wide. Captain Eliza Monroe, Code Classified Operative, has returned to active visibility. Her service is to be treated with the utmost respect. Any breach of protocol regarding rank, gender, or duty will be dealt with accordingly. The same people who once whispered now stood when she entered a room. The same MPs who escorted her saluted her every morning. And the young guard? He asked to be transferred. Not out of fear, but out of shame. He wrote her a letter. I thought I was doing my job, but I forgot the most important part. Real leadership isn't always loud. Sometimes it's the quietest one in the room who's been through the most. She kept that letter, not because she needed it, but because sometimes the system doesn't break because of war or corruption. Sometimes it breaks because of ego, ignorance, and assumptions. And it takes someone like her to quietly put it back together. Never underestimate the strength of someone who doesn't need to prove it. Real heroes don't need permission to be great. They just need a chance to be seen. And when they are, they change everything. Before we wrap up, tell us in the comments where you're watching from. If this story moved you, hit that like button, share your thoughts, and subscribe to be part of this growing community of dreamers and doers. Your next life-changing story might be just one click away.